Wow. So I just have one question for you, one last question. So dyslexia is a thing that, like, I heard Tom Cruise had dyslexia and stuff like that. I don't know a ton about it. I just know one thing, like, you're an incredible public speaker that I look at your text messages sometimes. I'm like, what did he say? So like, what can you tell people about dyslexia who maybe don't understand it in its full nature?
I will open with, hard times don't last, strong people do. Right? So I'm in high school, I can't read, I'm getting called stupid. I started to believe it. But my mom came to me one day a couple years ago, and I think I was complaining about something. I was overweight, I was not in a good headspace. And my dad said, Dylan, I was very overweight, and he said, Dylan, jump on the scale. I didn't want to. But I did, and I was 150 pounds at a 5'1", whatever he says I am. I'm really 5'3". Well, I'm really 5'3", but he jokes to me that I'm a midget. And I went home and I cried myself to sleep, but my mom woke me. I woke up and I said, Mom, what am I going to do? And she just looked at me, no emotion, and she said, Dylan, change nothing, nothing changes. So I took that and I said, you're right. And I said, well, can we figure out a way so I can lose weight? So she put me on a time diet, and the time diet was, you wake up for school at 6, you don't do breakfast, you do lunch, you come home, you can eat. You can't eat after 9 o'clock. You can't eat before 8. So it was a time, it's like, but that is the small mountain. That's the rose petal starting to come up. Yeah. That's a rainbow starting to shine through the rain.
I'm going to be thinking about that rainbow. Well, it's interesting because when you look at the rainbow, the positivity thought, you're thinking of that jackpot, whatever that jackpot is to you. You're thinking of the beautiful colors, versus when you think of the rain, you're like, oh, I gotta stay inside.
Yeah.
What can I do? You know what I mean?
No, go play in the puddles.
Yeah. So that's the main thing. That's the main perspective that changed your life.
Yeah.
Was like, hey, like there's certain things that I'm not gonna say I can't do, but there's certain
There'll
things.
be challenges.
Yeah, there's going to be certain challenges, but you're like, hey, what can I do?
Yeah, so I was in school, and I used to tell the teacher and my parents that it looked like Chinese. So I get overwhelmed when you have a textbook open, and it's just a bunch of words, and then if you stare at it for too long, there are sentences that will grab themselves. And then have you ever seen the intro of the Jetsons?
Yeah.
They do this, and then while they're doing this, the letters inside of them are doing this.
Yeah.
So then you get a headache, and now you're dizzy. And it's like, the teacher's like, hey, Dylan, can you read line blah, 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 blah? And you're like, no. And then she tries to blow you into it. It's like, I just don't want to see my lunch. I'm dizzy. Like, no. So just know that the words might be backwards, but you're not.
Interesting. All right. Man, appreciate that. That gives me a whole new perspective on that. So appreciate you. Appreciate what you're doing. And very thankful to be surrounded by such great people tonight.
Awesome. Thank you, Randy.